Flights in the U.S. started getting cut yesterday, and the Federal Aviation Administration has told airlines to cut another 4% of flights today at 40 major airports. The cuts will rise by 10% by next Friday, and with American Thanksgiving just weeks away, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says it's possible that 20% of flights could be cut if things get worse. Both Republicans and Democrats are blaming each other for failing to reach a deal to end the shutdown. With me now is Todd Curtis, former airline safety and security analyst. Thank you for joining me this morning. Talk to us about the cuts to flights. What are the main concerns right now?
Well, the main concerns are what effect it will have on flights within the country and, of course, international flights. As it stands right now, they're going to increase from 4% cutbacks from yesterday up to 10% next week. And the Secretary of Transportation has said if it continues to the end of next week, it might be a 20% cut, plus some closure of airspace. What that closure would mean isn't clear because they haven't provided those details. But for Canadian travelers especially, if you're connecting on a U.S. flight within the country, that might be where the effect is greatest.
Todd, how are the airlines across the states dealing with the cuts?
Well, the major airlines like United are doing things like offering very open changes on your schedule. Even if you have a restricted ticket, they're allowing people to cancel with full refunds. But more importantly, what they're doing is prioritizing what kind of flights will continue. For example, United also said that flights between their major hubs would continue. International flights would not be affected. But what effect that will have on people flying to and from smaller cities remains to be seen.
So we obviously don't know what's to come, but if the government shutdown continues for weeks, could we see more cuts to flights?
Well, certainly. And not only that, there could be some other effects on how they do flight operations, because airlines, especially larger ones, might actually have their pilots and crews all over the country. So if you have flights not being able to go to and from smaller airports, that could affect staffing above and beyond what the FAA is doing.
And Todd, what do Canadian travelers need to know at this point? How could this impact them?
But most importantly, they have to know if their particular flight has been affected, or if not, make other plans, because there are other effects other than just air traffic controllers not being on duty. For example, TSA is also not part of the shutdown. They're not getting paid. So there have been reports of some airports having staffing problems with much, much longer waiting time. So if nothing else, plan ahead. And if you're going to be taking off from a U.S. airport, plan on getting there earlier.
Okay, Todd, thank you so much for joining us. Todd Curtis is a former airline safety and security analyst.